Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Krishna Chandra, Radha Krishna Chandra Radhe. Jai Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jai Krishna Balaram. Jai Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Jai Nitai Gaurango. Jai Prahlāda Mahārāja, Jai Sudarshana. Jai Jai Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Jai Vishnupad Paramhans Parivrajacharya, Ashtottar Shat Shri Śrīmad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvind, Bhakti Vedant Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramhans Nitya Leela Pravishta His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki Jai. नामचार्य शील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी क्षेत्र की जय। गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय। वृंद देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र की जय। श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय। श्री श्री निताय गौरांग की जय। श्री श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंह देव की जय। श्री श्री सुदर्शन भगवान की जय। हरि नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 7th Canto, 10th Chapter, text number 27. Yo asau labdhavaro matto. Yo sau labdhavaro matto. Na vadhyo mama srishtibhihi. Navadhyo mama srishtibhihi. Tapo yoga balonnadhaha. Tapo yoga balonnadhaha. Samasta nigaman ahan. Samasta nigaman ahan. Yo sau labdhavaro matto. Navadhyo mama srishtibhihi. Tapo yoga balonnadhaha. Samasta nigamanahan. Yo sau labdhavaro matto. Navadhyo mama srishtibhihi. Tapo yoga balonnadhaha. Samasta nigamanahan. Yo sau labdhavaro matto. Navadhyo mama srishtibhihi. Tapo yoga balonnadhaha. Samasta nigamanahan. Sau labdhavaro matto. Nigamanahan. Yaha, the person who, asau, he, Hiranyakashipu, labdhavaraha, being given the extraordinary benediction, mattaha, from me, navadhyaha, not to be killed, mama srishtibhihi, by any living being created by me. Tapaha yoga bala, by austerity, mystic power and strength. Unnadhaha, thus being very proud. Samasta, all. Nigaman, Vedic injunctions. Ahan, disregarded, transgressed. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. This demon Hiranyakashipu received from me the benediction that he would not be killed by any living being within my creation. With this assurance and with strength derived from austerities and mystic power, he became excessively proud and transgressed all the Vedic injunctions. I'll read the next verse also. दिष्ट्या तत्तनयः साधुर्महाभागवतोर्भकः त्वया विमोचितो मृत्योर्दिष्ट्या त्वां समितोऽधुना. Translation. By great fortune, Hiranyakashipu's son Prahlāda Mahārāja has now been released from death, for although he is a child, he is an exalted devotee. Now, he is fully under the protection of your lotus feet. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी चरण निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. श्री गुरु. Lord Brahma is continuing his prayers. Yo asau. Asau means this demon, Hiranyakashipu. Labdhavaro matto. He got var. Var means benediction, boon. And what was the boon? All the living entities which I have created, he will not be killed by any one of them. And then tapa yoga balo nadhaha. Tapa means austerity. Mystic powers, yoga, and physical strength, material strength. By this he became very proud. And because of this pride, what he did? Samasta nigamam mahan. Nigam means Vedic knowledge. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam, as it is told about Bhagavatam. So Nigama means the Vedic knowledge. Samasta nigamam ahan. He disregarded all the Vedic knowledge. So as we discussed in the last class also, Lord Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita, this is the symptom of the Asura. The basic difference between divine and demoniac nature is the demoniac people, they disregard the Vedic injunction. Either they do not know out of ignorance. Now somebody can tell why you are calling demon. Poor fellow, what is his or her mistake? They took birth in such a family where this Vedic knowledge was not there. Why you are accusing them, calling demons? So nothing is by chance. If somebody is not in knowledge, that is Krishna's arrangement. If somebody is knowledge, that is again Krishna's arrangement basis the desire of the living entity. Because the living entity did not desire to understand, Krishna places them in such a situation. Tanaham dushatah kruran. So Lord Krishna tells, so those people, Shipami, I throw them into the darkest regions of the material existence. Those who want to go there enter into ignorance. So it is because of the desire of the living entity is placed in knowledge or in ignorance. So that is why it is not by chance. So those people, those who are demons, either they do not know what is Vedic knowledge, and even if they get to know, they are not inclined to follow. And Lord Krishna mentions, Yash Shastra Vidhi Mustarijya, finally in the chapter, one who leaves Shastra Vidhi, does not follow, na sukham na param gatim, na sasiddhimam avapnoti. He does not attain perfection, he cannot be happy in this life or in future. Same thing is mentioned here, samasta nigaman ahan. He disregarded all the Vedic injunctions. So Vedic injunctions are very, very important to follow. As it is mentioned where Vidura is instructing Maharaj Dhritarashtra that how living entity is tied like an animal. Animals sometimes they are controlled by tying their nose to a rope. So when the nose is tied to the rope is tied to the nose, then animal cannot do anything but is very tightly controlled. It has got no free will. Of course, free will within the length of the rope, but beyond it, 1 inch it cannot move. In a similar fashion, the laws of nature they control us. We are very tightly controlled by all the laws of nature. 1 inch we cannot deviate. If we deviate, then there is pain, then there is calamity. We are not allowed. So that is why one is very strictly supposed to follow these rules and regulations, these laws. One cannot just disregard them. If we disregard, what will happen? Then pain will come. Na sukham na param gatim. It is not possible to be happy. So here in this material world also, misery is not compulsory. If we follow the Vedic rules and regulations very nicely, there will be no misery. But if we do not follow, then definitely there is a lot of misery. So these laws which very tightly control the living entity, just like the animal is bound by the rope, these laws are called dharma. And these laws are explained in the scriptures. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. So that is why one should very strictly try to follow. And of course, many people they follow, but they do not understand for what it is to be followed. So we should understand the purpose also. Then following becomes, then we can understand whether I am following or not if the purpose is fulfilled. So what is the purpose of following dharma? Yes. Sorry? Yes, dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranita means dharma means the laws given by the Supreme Lord. But what is the purpose? Knowing Krishna, yes, that is the ultimate purpose, but mostly people are not aware of it. What is the immediate purpose? Yes. Yes, happiness. But when a person is on happiness is the ultimate objective that a person can have only when he surrenders to Krishna. But what a person needs to derive immediately out of dharma. Yes, I am following dharma for this. We follow dharma for? Yes. And then that is after getting money, what a person will do? Sense enjoyment. So a person follows dharma for sense enjoyment. But that is not the purpose for which the scriptures are composed. The scriptures are not composed so that a person can follow dharma very nicely and can earn lot of money. Ved Vyas is very happy. I have taught people how to become rich. So what is the purpose for which Ved Vyas gave us dharma? He wanted to make us rich. What do we call them these days? Finfluencers, huh? Financial influencers. They tell us how to become rich, how to save money, multiply your money, 2x, 5x, 10x, how to increase your money. So Ved Vyas also was a influencer, giving policies how to make money, how to invest nicely. Donate to this person so you'll get 10 times returns. That is also mentioned. But that is not the purpose. What was the purpose of Ved Vyas? It is mentioned also. So the purpose for which Ved Vyas told, yes, our purpose is artha and kama. But Ved Vyas for what he has given us dharma is that is explained throughout the Vedas in the Vedic literatures. That is explained by Kapil Muni also to Devahuti in Bhagavatam. What is the verse? Neha yat karma dharmaya na viragaya kalpate. If a person follows the dharma, the next step should be vairagya, renunciation. If a person does not get renunciation, that means the person is inefficient in following the dharma. That is why it is told, Jivanapi mrito hi saha. Even though the person is living, he is compared to a dead man or woman. A dead man does not make any progress. So, similarly, a person is considered dead if by following dharma one does not get the result of dharma, and that is na viragaya kalpate, that is vairagya, complete detachment. So, this detachment is very much important, and this is the not everyone is fortunate to understand the absolute truth, Krishna. Vedaischa sarvair aham eve vedyo. Because people are very much enamored by this dharma, by this sense gratification. So, in order to bring them out of sense gratification, is the first objective. So, if we follow the dharma very, very nicely, so many dharmas are their duties, right from the duty of the immediate family members. The duty begins from there. Take care of your family, putra dharma, pitra dharma. Then, after this, extended family, you take care of society, take care of non human beings, animals also. That is also one's dharma. One cannot just take care of, one has got duty towards family members, one has got duty towards the demigods, duty towards general living entities. So many duties are there in the scriptures, and one has to fulfill all these duties. But ultimate purpose of fulfilling all these duties is one should take a very nice of the family members so that one eventually gets detached from the family members. I am taking so nice care, I want to keep on taking care. That is not. That is like student has taken admission into college so that eternally he remains in the college. So that will be foolishness. Yes, I've got very nice college. I will never leave it. Even if you have taken admission in the best of the college, you should be eager to pass out. Yes, or one should remain always. I will never leave IIT Bombay. It is very nice college. I've got best college, best branch. I will never leave it. Year after year, I'll continue. That is not the desire of the college or the student, any sane student. Insane people can desire like that. So, in a similar fashion, one is supposed to take care very nice of his studies so that eventually he stops studying, he passes out. That is a purpose. Everywhere it happens. One does their duty very, very nicely in company also so that they get promoted, they leave that situation. They go to head office, office, different cubicle. But here we don't need promotion. Here I want to remain. साथ जिएंगे साथ मरेंगे. You want to live together, die together for 7 births at least, or more if possible. Life after life. So then that defeats the purpose. So this is very important. One has to do the duties very nicely so that one gets promoted. One gets promoted to the platform of complete detachment. This detachment is one of the opulences, as it is told. Apart from strength, wisdom, the 6 opulences which everyone has, everyone is desiring, and the Supreme Lord has in completion. Aishwaryasya Virasya Yashasa Shriya Vairagya. Vairagya is considered the topmost opulence. That is why this opulence is so attractive, this renunciation, that great kings would leave their entire property to attain this Vairagya. And it is this Vairagya which gives a person actually happiness. Unless there is renunciation, there is no question of happiness in life. Then a person will keep on struggling, will keep on suffering. So the purpose of following the rules and regulations is one should see how much detachment I am getting from the material world. And what is the basic uh, cause of this attachment? Yes. What kind of sense gratification? Attraction between पुंसा स्त्रिय मिथुनि भावमेतं तयोर मृथो हृदय ग्रंथिम आहुः अतो गृह क्षेत्र सुताप्त वित्तर जनस्य मोहयम अहम ममेति. So all the problems are just because of illusion. What is the illusion? Cashier is crying, oh, my money is taken away, money is taken away, my money is going. It is never his money. If the cashier enjoys the money of the bank, cashier will be punished. In a similar fashion, it is told, if a person wants to enjoy here the whatever so-called opulences he is having possession of, then he will suffer like anything. That is why the suffering is increasing in this world, because people want to enjoy the property which does not belong to them. So nothing belongs to the living entity, but aham mameti, I and mine, this conception becomes very strong. Why this conception becomes very strong? Because of punsa striya mithuni bhava metam. So Srila Prabhupada very nicely translates the fundamental principle of material existence. This entire existence of illusion is attraction between man and woman. So that is why all the rules and regulations, the dharma which is given, it is to cut down this strong knot of attraction between man and woman, nothing else. This is the basic principle Prabhupada explains. Punsastriya mithuni bhava metam. The fundamental principle of material existence is attraction between man and woman. And this attraction becomes very strong, like a knot in the heart, when there is sexual relationship, when they get married, when there is sexual relationship. Tayor mitho hridaya granthim ahuhu. And when the strong knot is tied in the heart, then what happens? Then a person gets attached to various illusions like ato griha kshetra sutapta vittay. Person gets attracted to various illusions, various hallucinations like house. Attachment for house develops. Graha kshetra means one's property. One gets attracted to one's property. Suta, children, one gets attracted to children. Apta, one gets attracted to relatives. So in this way, a person gets completely attracted, entangled in this material world. The root cause of entanglement is attraction between man and woman. This is the fundamental principle of material existence. So how much we are advancing in our following of religious principles should be understood by seeing how much this knot between man and woman is getting slackened in the heart. So this is very, very important to notice. So this is the first principle of dharma. Do your duties in such a manner that this knot gets slackened in the heart. Punsa striya mithuni bhava metam. So when a person gets vairagya, then that is a very great opulence. Just like now, even today, many people are dying. So many bombings are happening. Poor innocent people are losing their lives. But on the other hand, many people are celebrating. Somebody is hosting a marriage party. Somebody is hosting some other party. So many people are enjoying. They are not at all concerned that so many people are dying. Why they are not concerned? So many poor animals are getting killed in the slaughterhouse. But people are not at all sad. Rather, they are rejoicing. Why? Because there is no attachment to them. But when there is attachment, oh, my son, my daughter, I and mine, when a person thinks, then a person cries like anything. He gets distressed, depressed, maybe for entire life. So all this happens because of illusion, I and mine. That these are my people. Those are not my people. If they die, it does not matter. But these are my people. This is my money. My money is going. So, because of this conception of I and mine only, all the problems of this world exist. Otherwise, there is no cause of anxiety or no cause of lamentation. And janasya moha, moha means illusion. So, actually, this is illusion. That is why a person should not be happy, should not be distressed. Nothing is coming to us, nothing is going away from us. Everything is property of God. We are given custody of God's property to be used in God's service. But if I think the thing of which I am in charge, I am in custody, I will enjoy that, then immediately अहो दैन्यम अहो कष्टम पारक्य क्षण भंगुरय यन्नोपकुर्यात अस्वार्थ्याय मर्त्य स्वज्ञाति विग्रहय. Swagyati, a person thinks this property and my family members belong to me. I will enjoy with them. I will enjoy the broken voice of my children. Or just see my new kid, how nicely he speaks the poetry. Such nice voice. Father waits when I'll come back from the office and hear the broken voice of my children. It is so nice. I will see beautiful face of my wife, or wife is waiting for husband, and they think that will be source of great pleasure. So if the purpose is enjoyment, that will be source of, in Bhagavatam it is mentioned, aho dainyam aho kashtam. Oh, life is very miserable. Life is full of troubles. If a person thinks swagyati martyaha, these mortal bodies, a person thinks they belong to me and I want to enjoy them. Yan nopukuryat aswarthyaye. Swarth means personal interest. Aswarthyaye. If these things are not used for the welfare of others, then they are just the sources of great trouble. They become the source of trouble. If anybody analyzes, all the trouble is just because of this, our property and our family. Nothing else. This is giving us anxiety, and this is only giving us lamentation. Martya swagyati vigrahe yannopukuryat aswarthyaye. So we are given custody of certain property and certain people so that they can be used in the service of the Supreme Lord. Or on the mundane platform, at least for others, but never for myself. So if a person wants to think, oh, I will enjoy, then that is like cashier enjoying bank's money. Then there will be suffering. Otherwise, there's the first verse of the first few verses of the Ishopanishad. If a person understands Isha Vashyam Idam Sarvam, everything belongs to the Supreme Lord, then a person can live for hundreds of years in this conception, no problem. He can always live in this material world, he'll be without any difficulty. That is the situation of pure devotees. So living in material world is not problem, but this illusory conception that I and mine, I am this body and these people, these properties, they belong to me and I will enjoy, I will use for my benefit. This is the cause of all trouble in one's life. And this hallucination begins from punsastriya mithuni bhava metam. That is why one should be very, very careful to cut down this knot. One should see how much this knot is getting slackened. Attraction between man and woman, the sex desire. But this is not very easy to attain. But even a child can attain. As we saw in the second verse, Lord Brahma is praying, Dishtya tattanaya sadhur mahabhagavato arbhakaha. So this situation, who realizes Ishavasyam idam sarvam, everything belongs to the Supreme Lord. Yes, this entire world is there. I see people are there, property is there. But what is the source of all this energy, all source of all these properties and wealth? That is not easy to see. A person who is there, conditioned, who is living within the house, he can see the sunlight, but one will not be able to figure out from where this light is coming. One might not be able to see the sun. In a similar fashion, one might not be able to understand what is the source of this entire material existence. But one who understands, then for such a person, there is no lamentation, no problem. Such a person is called Mahabhagavata. And to attain this Mahabhagavat platform, what a person has to do? How much a person has to mature? How much one has to age? Here is told nothing. Mahabhagavato arbhaka. Arbhaka means child. So Brahma is telling, although he is a child, but he is Mahabhagavat. He is the most learned man. He is the topmost exalted devotee. So 12 authorities in the universe are given charge of preaching Krishna consciousness. They are called Mahajanas. How much exalted they will be? What would be their level of knowledge? Their duty is to spread Krishna consciousness. Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu, Kaumaram, Kapilo, Manu, and Balir Vayasiki, Vayam. Yamraj speaks this shloka to Yamdutas. That all these people, including me. So Prabhupada explains very nicely. Yamraj is also one of the Mahajanas. So it is his duty to spread Krishna consciousness, to preach. But usually Yamraj is more busy, much more busy than other devtas. Why? Because people commit more sinful activities than pious in this world. So Yamaraj has got very heavy work. Just like here, court cases are always pending. Most of the pending files are there in judiciary. They are loaded for many years also if they work. They will not be able to finish the cases because people are more prone to commit sinful activities. So thus Yamaraj being excessively busy, he was not able to do justice to his duty as Mahajan. He is supposed to preach also. There was no time to preach. So Yamaraj was very anxious. Then by Krishna's arrangement, he got cursed. Okay, you become Shudra. So for 100 years, he got relief from his Yamaraj duty. And then he preached very nicely, came here. And we are taking advantage of his preaching even now. And thus Vidur explains very nicely that very nice words are used. The desire to remain in family life till the end of one's life is the grossest kind of degradation. There are many subtle degradations. One is not having pure consciousness. Even having name, fame, adoration is also degradation in this material world. It is explained by Srila Prabhupada in the second canto, where the description of Paramatma is given, the Lord in the heart, that chapter. Sex life expands itself into this punsa striya mithuni bhava metam. It has got various subtle expansions also. And puja la pratishtha, the desire for being adored by the people. That is why people are working, so that people adore me. Puja labh, and I make some profit. If a person is thinking to enjoy profit out of one's work, this is also nothing but sex life. And pratishtha, distinction. Oh, I want to get some distinction in society. More than 75% marks, that is called distinction. So people are reaching the summit of distinction. So to have desire of distinction, or to make profit in this world, or to have desire of being adored by people, these are also expansions of sex life. It is called subtle sex. It is explained very nicely in Bhagavatam. So one should be very conscious that grossly I might be controlled, I might be following regulative principles, but the desire may be there in the heart. I should have distinction in society. I should make some profit. There have been many people, great politicians who do not marry, great scientists who do not marry, but the desire to make profit is there, or the desire of distinction is definitely there. The desire to be adored is there. These desires, it is not easy to get rid of. So this is also sex life. One has to get freedom from these desires also. So Krishna has to be the object of only distinction. Krishna has to be adored. If somebody adores me, they will get entangled in this material world. So I should not desire such adoration. So this is also degradation. But these are subtle degradations. And there are some gross degradations, committing some gross mistakes. But what is the grossest degradation? Desire to remain in family till the end of one's life. To stick to family life to the end of one's human life is the grossest type of degradation. To stick to family life to the end of one's human life. So human life is meant so that one can leave family life. This is very, very important. So it is explained here directly. It is a grossest type of degradation. That is why Brahmana is free from all these things. Brahmana never makes any profit. Prabhupada explains in Bengali, there is a saying, even if a Brahmana gets 1 lakh of rupees, he still remains poor. Why? 1 lakh still poor? And 1 lakh Prabhupada is telling of those times in 60s. 1 lakh means would be 1 crore now. So 1 crore rupee, one Brahmana, if he gets, why still poor? Yes? He'll not keep. He'll immediately donate. Dan pratigraha. Immediately donate. That is why when Yudhishthir Maharaj was in need of money for conducting Ashwamedh Yajna, then money was not there. So thus Prabhupada tells Yudhishthir Maharaj did not have money. What people will perform today? People are in Mumbai, some yajna is happening, Ashwamedh Yajna. So Yudhishthir Maharaj did not have money. What was opulence of that time? Their helmets were made of complete gold. So many jewels they were wearing. The palaces were studded with jewels. They were eating in golden plates. That was the opulence. And they did not have money to. What to speak of Prabhupada tells, even elephants, that is the description in the battle of Kurukshetra. The elephants are also decorated with golden jewelry. Elephant. So Prabhupada tells people are not able to decorate their wives with gold in this age. People tell they are advancing. Artificial jewelry they have to make. But elephants also were wearing gold. And in battlefield they were fighting. They are going to fight wearing golden ornaments. But such Yudhishthir Maharaj also was lacking money to conduct Ashwamedh Yagya. How much money would be required? Then Krishna told, okay, Arjuna, go to the Himalayas. In Himalayas, you'll find this mountain of gold. So there is a mountain of gold. One king was given the charge, Marut king. And then from this mountain, he would do a lot of charity. And he did so much charity to the Brahmanas. He gave everything in gold. But Brahmanas were so detached, they threw it. They accepted because kings given. But then what shall we do with this? Whom shall we donate further? So they came out and they threw it there only. So all this worshipping paraphernalia, plates, dishes were lying there unattended. So Prabhupada is just see surprising thing is, okay, king is having mountain of gold, he is giving. But others are also, they are not caring for gold because people were so satisfied. So in Bhagavatam it is told, so I don't at all care for this golden stool. What is golden stool? This gold only. It is compared to stool in Bhagavatam. Does a person get attached to stool? No. So the self-realized soul, they perceive it as shining stool only, this gold. It shines, but ultimately it is stool. So that is why Brahmanas were not at all attached. They discarded. I don't want it. So Prabhupada's people were so satisfied that they are not attached to even gold. So this is the situation of Brahmana. Brahmana does not wish to make any profit in this material world. Chanakya was so poor. Dronacharya was so poor. Sudama was so poor. Brahmanas have all, Ved Vyas, everyone. So Brahmanas always will remain poor. No desire to make profit in this material world. So this profit is another feature of sex life. Profit, distinction. I want to have distinction. This is also another feature of sex life. So our time period here is very, very short. Any time death can happen. Why we are attached very much to the fellow passengers? We travel with so many passengers in a flight, train or bus. Do we get attached to them? Oh, let us live together. Why you are going away? Come with me. Bus after bus, we will travel together. Come on, let us travel together in the next bus. Do we say like this? No. We don't even bother. We may talk little, say as a matter of kind gesture, good morning, Hare Krishna, good evening. But we are not attached to them. Similarly, you travel in a bus, train, or you travel in a planet. It is the same thing. We are traveling together, correct? Yes. It is a big bus only. So we are traveling together. Why we are getting attached? But this attachment, it takes away all our time, energy, and resources. That is why in Bhagavatam, it is told this material world is compared to forest, and very dangerous forest. Forest full of dangerous animals. If a person goes to a forest full of animals, what happens? One will be killed, one will lose his life. Sometimes a merchant goes to the forest. Why? Because forest is full of many treasures also sometimes. They go to dig gold and they have mines and everything in the forest. So sometimes the merchants, they risk their lives to discover such opulences in the jungle. But then they meet with vicious animals, carnivorous animals, and lose their lives. So this material world is jungle. And who are the animals in this jungle? One's family members, it is told. And who is instructing? Who is giving this knowledge? Family member only. Kapil Muni to his mother. He is explaining. Why? ये तो ज़्यादा ही हो गया. Too much animal बोल दिया. अरे ठीक था. Yes, passenger तक समझ में आता है. We are traveling together. We will not be attached. Now here animal. Why animal? Yes, animal. Because animal immediately sucks your blood and flesh. So here the blood, the energy which was supposed to be used in the service of Krishna, this energy is taken by family members. Children will tell, oh Papa, please give me toy, give me bike, give me iPhone. I want this. And that money which could have been used in the service of Krishna goes for temporary material attainments which will anyway not satisfy anybody, either the family or the leader of the family. Everyone will be dissatisfied by this transaction. But this wealth, which is compared to blood, which could have been used in the service of Krishna, blood only is getting converted to wealth. We are working very hard. If used in the service of Krishna, this would have given us liberation. But this is taken away. And the person loses one's life, loses many, many lives rather in this manner. Because this blood which has got converted into money is taken away. So Kapil Muni is instructing this knowledge to his mother. So actually this is the fact of material world, but one does not understand. One gets captivated. So thus one needs to understand that this is the reality of this material world. The same energy if used in the service of Krishna could be the source of liberation. But same energy used for the family members, it creates entanglement in this material world. And one should come to this platform of knowledge, come to this platform of renunciation, detachment. This is the ultimate objective of following the duties very nicely. Nehayat karma dharmaya na viragaya kalpate. One should get vairagya, detachment. This is very important. So to stick to one's family life till the end of one's human life is the grossest kind of degradation. One should always remember this. So although it is not possible for everyone to take to renounced order of life, our training is not proper. We are having many, many baggages. So it is allowed to married. Rather for general people, it is recommended to get married. Otherwise, without marriage, illicit sex will happen in society, and that is, again, most sinful life. So, but still, one should not desire to continue. So thus I was discussing yesterday with the devotee. Sometimes people think, no, I am devotee, family is also devotee. We are all devotees. So, but Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu have shown by their example. In Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's family, everyone is pure devotee. And similarly, Srila Prabhupada's disciples, all of them were devotees. Husband is also serving, wife is also serving, children are also serving. Prabhupada tells baby Saraswati. She is telling, do you know who is Krishna? Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. She is preaching. So in this way, the children are also devotees, wife is also devotee, and husband is also devotee. But still Prabhupada gave them sannyas. No, even though you are serving, wife is serving, and they are living also separate many times. Wife is serving in different place, husband is in different country only. But still Prabhupada told sannyas. No. Because it is not easy. This attachment is very strong. That is why Prabhupada mentions if you are able to remain brahmachari, 75% you are back to Godhead. Grahastha, 25%. Because yes, we can serve Krishna together, but we get carried away. This attraction is so strong, not easy to come out. So even though wife is also serving completely, Prabhupada tells everyone is sannyasi in my movement, but still Prabhupada gave them formal sannyas also. Even though all of you are serving, you are devotees, still you take sannyas, live away and forget. But that is also rare. Not everyone might be able to do that, although that is recommended. One should eventually, sincere devotee should aspire, but not easy, very, very difficult. But Vanprastha at least is recommended, it is must. And that was recommended to even Dhritarashtra. So Prabhupada explains very nicely. There are three kinds of people, and we are supposed to attain at least one of these platforms which are on the path of perfection. The topmost platform is that of a devotee. And he's called Narottama. Narottama means the best of the personalities. What is the platform of Narottama? He's engaged in the service of Lord. He's having love of God. He's satisfied here in this life, or life after life he can come for the service of Krishna. That is called Narottama platform. And Maharaj Vidur was on that platform. All the pure devotees are on the platform of Narottama, engaged in service of Krishna. Below this platform of Narottama, what is that? That is the position of Vanprasth. At least a person should be able to detach himself from the general family members and live with wife in jungle. So at least this much was recommended to Dhritarashtra. that you at least follow, become a dhira. He's called dhira. Dhira means a sober person. He is not very much disturbed by, even though he is living away from the family, he becomes indifferent from the family. So to come to the platform of Narottam was not possible for Dhritarashtra. But at least being dhira was recommended to him by Maharaj Vidur. So he told, do not do this. Do not remain attached. He criticized him, chastised him. So at least you leave and go to jungle. So this is recommended even for a person like Dhritarashtra who committed so many sinful activities. So at least this much should be practiced, that, okay, I cannot take sannyas, but husband and wife should dedicate themselves completely in the service of Krishna, not remain always attached, not engaging all the resources, all the energy till the end of one's life in the sense gratification. So this is recommended. And eventually, if a person practices, they can come to the platform of Narottama, the topmost platform. So how one is able to, one may ask, so how one is able to have this detachment? I am following Krishna consciousness, but this family attachment is so strong, it is not easy. We see husband is initiated, wife is initiated, but husband has to keep a separate bank account for donation. Wife is not allowing. Both are initiated, both have taken Diksha. So why it does not happen? Even after initiation, even after doing this, of course, that is not real initiation. If we take, it should happen. But it is not easy. One can be chanting 16 rounds, following 4 regulative principles, but this detachment does not come. So how a person will be able to attain this result of following dharma, vairagya? What is the secret? How does it come? What is the answer? How does it come? This renunciation, strong detachment. Yes? स्टेज का नॉलेज बहुत अच्छा है, जोरदार तालियां. Yes, by knowledge. Renunciation comes by knowledge. If cashier knows that this is not my money, then he will not be attached to that money. If he knows I am cashier, this does not belong to me. So simply, if a person gets knowledge, I am not this body, and the bodily connections do not belong to me, then there is no problem. Just like when there was landslide in Kedarnath. And so many bodies get buried. Even now they are taking out the bodies, they are stuck over there. So people could not climb, they were stuck down in the Rishikesh, somewhere around that area. And so many people, they died, and dead bodies were being brought down in various porters, various trucks, vans, etc. So the description was being given. So dead bodies are coming down. One person started crying immediately because he could figure out that that is my father's body or some relative's body. And of course, anybody would cry. But then he realized, oh, not my father. Then he stopped crying. So because he was thinking, oh, this is my father's dead body, he started crying. My father is dead. But then he realized, no, it is not my father. Somebody is dead. It is not my father. This is called knowledge. Somebody is dead. Somebody is taking birth. So because of this, aham mameti, thinking, me and mine, I become happy, I become distressed. So when we come to the platform of knowledge, then vairagya comes automatically. That is why Prabhupada told, the fundamental principle is you hear very nicely, read my books very carefully. When knowledge is there, then a devotee will take all austerities. They will perform it automatically. But if hearing is lost, then everything is lost. So that is why it is very important to hear very attentively, to read very attentively every day, so that our intelligence is pure. When this knowledge is there, then detachment will come automatically. And of course, reading and hearing also, simply by mechanically doing it, it may not give us the desired realization. That happens by engaging in service of a pure devotee. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janyati Ashu Vairagyam Jnanam Chayat Ahetukam. When one engages in the service of Supreme Personality of Godhead, or Nityam Bhagavat Sevya, service of Bhagavat, his pure devotee, then what is the result? Vidyate Hriday Granthi. This Hridaya Granthi, knot in the heart, which is created by Punsa Striya Mathuni Bhava Metam, this is cut open. This knot is slashed by engaging in the service of pure devotee. So that is why one should serve a pure devotee very nicely. And then here, read very carefully, this knowledge will come. When the knowledge is there, there is automatic renunciation. And that is a result of dharma. So thus one should see very nicely that I am able to attain this result. If I am engaging myself in the service, it will happen, because that is science. If you mix hydrogen and oxygen, there will be water. Under certain conditions, it will result. That is science. Science is not system of chance. There is a tangible and there is predictable result. That is called science. So in a similar fashion, in the Bhagavatam, there is science. Bhakti yoga prayojita janayati ashu vairagyam. Thus, Prabhupada tells one need not take certificate from anybody. You will get the certificate how much I am getting detached from this material world. We will get this result automatically. How much the desire for making profit in this world, distinction in this world is going away from my heart. How much profit for adoration is going away from the heart. How much? So this is the result. That means I am following this bhakti yoga very nicely. So the crux is very simple. We have to engage very nicely in the service of Guru and Krishna, and then this will be the result automatically. So then even though a person is Arbhaka means child, but child also becomes Mahabhagavata. It is explained, Tvaya vimochito mrityur. And then, although he is a child, he has now been released from the death. Now is fully under the protection of your lotus feet. So a child also can attain this level of knowledge and renunciation if simply one's energy is used in the service of Lord. It is very simple process. One's entire energy, physical, mental, intellectual, Prabhupada tells, we have to work in the same spirit as a materialist is working. So we all know with what spirit we work or other materialists they work. What is the spirit? Very strong spirit. The same spirit has to be used in the service of Krishna. Then result will come. So we see the result is not coming, but do we have the same spirit that we see in the materialists? Same spirit has to be used in the service of Krishna. Then result will come. Definitely it will come. So the process is same. It has to be applied, just the goal is different. Here it is my senses, aham mameti, there it is Krishna's and Guru's senses. Same spirit has to be used. With that same spirit, if we engage in the service of Krishna, then there is result. Tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusha param. And then it does not matter. I may be having knowledge, I may not be having knowledge, might be having strength, might not be having strength. Child also became Mahabhagavata, preacher of the universe. Just imagine, 5-year-old boy, but he has become Mahabhagavata, one of the, along with Yamraj, the person who is controller of death, administering death to the people, the supreme person, almost as powerful as the Supreme Lord, as omniscient. He knows past, present, and future. So powerful person. And here, small 5-year-old boy. He is also Mahajan on the level of Yamaraj and Lord Brahma. So how 5-year-old boy is attaining this status? Because of devotional service, Mahabhagavata. So let us try to serve in the same spirit, and then as a matter of spiritual science, we get the desired result. We'll end here. Any questions? Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
Just like you mentioned that distinction, the adoration or seeking distinction. So seeking distinction while executing the service, the devotional service for the pleasure of Lord.
Seeking distinction in the service of Krishna.
For example, it can be a right mood also. For example, let's say somebody is doing meditation.
Yeah.
Somebody might think on the way that let me do it like this so that the result will be optimized.
Yes.
So let me do it. Other 10 people are doing it.
Yes.
Let
Yes.
me try a different method.
Yes.
Also, so this distinction in the doubting in the service of Lord can also contaminate us in some way.
So the question is, the desire for distinction in the service of Krishna, can it also contaminate in certain way? Example is, we are going for book distribution and devotee is thinking, let me distribute in this manner, let me apply this technique so that more books will go. So yes, that should be done. How more and more books can go? But desire for distinction should not be there. I should get distinction. People should notice. Devotees should notice. Oh, he's top book distributor. See, he has done in this manner. No. I can give credit to others. No, this Prabhu was there with me. By his purity, it has happened. By his idea, it has happened. Somehow people were so pious that they took when I went.
So these things are like razor edge.
Yes, yes, yes.
One may think that better avoid this distinction kind of thing. Let me just follow the mainstream things. Better to not take the risk of getting time.
So that is not intelligence. Okay, let me not distribute book only. No, no book sold, no distinction. Let me not live in association of devotee. No question of Vaishnava Aparadh. No Vaishnavas and no Vaishnava Aparadh. No. So without living with Vaishnavas, we cannot make advancement also. Although there is risk of Vaishnava Aparadh. So although there is risk of distinction in devotional service, that should be avoided, and we should try to gain more and more results for Krishna. That will purify us.
So in this connection only, when one practices bhakti while living with the parents,
While?
Living with the parents.
Yeah.
Parents also devotees.
Yes, yes, yes.
And in that scenario, in that environment, there's no scope of dealing with such things like intricacies of Vaishnava behavior and all these things. So what is the hope for that kind of devotee who is living in this environment? Those daily dealings with devotees, Vaishnava, these things are not coming up in his behavior.
So the question is, many fine things devotee is not able to take note of, especially those or the majority of the devotees who live with family. Dedicated missionaries are very less in the world. So what is the hope of advancement for them? So that is why as much as surrender, Krishna reciprocates. If a person has sacrificed everything to engage in service of Krishna, definitely his spiritual advancement will be much, much more. Not at all comparable to those who are following with family. So that is why it is desired, okay, you cannot give up immediately. At least after 50 years, you engage completely in service of Krishna. But engagement in complete service of Krishna is required. The exception is if a person is living in family of pure devotees. That is exception. So otherwise, everyone should desire when the day will come when I will be able to completely engage in service of Krishna. Okay. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. Yes, yes. So the question is, Kunti Maharani is asking that Dridam Pandushu Vrishnishu. Please cut my knot of attachment from Pandus and Vrishnis, and both are pure devotees. So why Kunti Maharani is praying like this? So Prabhupada explains, I vaguely remember where, but of course, all these things are for our understanding. But there could be attachment on the material platform and there could be attachment on the spiritual platform. Both kinds of attachments are there. So the material attachment is not nice, and a person can desire material benefits. So Prabhupada explains very nicely. I think in the lecture only Prabhupada is explaining on this verse. And Prabhupada explains in purport also that sometimes the devotees who are householders, they desire material benefits for their family members, although later they repent, or some word Prabhupada uses for this. So this is not right attachment. So whether material profit or loss, one should not worry about it. So just like from prasadam, there could be material attachment and there could be spiritual attachment. So this material attachment should be cut. So Prabhupada, Kunti Maharani is requesting Krishna to please cut down this material attachment which I am having for my family members. And there is another explanation also which Prabhupada explains. In case of Kardama Muni, this is also a unique case. Now Kardama Muni is having Krishna born in his place, in his house as Kapil Muni. And then he had promised before his wife, as soon as I give you a son, I will leave home. for self-realization. So Krishna has taken birth and Prabhupada tells he has gone for self-realization in jungle. So how do we understand this behavior? So Prabhupada tells this just to explain to the point that how important it is to go to the jungle. Even if Krishna has taken birth in your house, still you must go to jungle. So Kardama Muni wanted to set example. So thus there are various purposes behind any action of pure devotee, and more than one purposes also may be there behind the activity. So thus, and different purposes can be explained in different places. In one purpose, Prabhupada explains, Bhishma fought on the other side just to show that even if the strongest warrior of the world is there on the side of wrongdoers, that side will lose. There's one mundane dharma which has to be promulgated. Then Prabhupada explains in another place why Bhishma was there on the other side. Because he was feeling moral obligation that they maintained me, so I should be there on their side. Then Prabhupada explains in another place why Bhishma was there on the other side. Because Bhishma has got this unique relationship or Veer Rasa with Krishna. Krishna wants to fight with Bhishma. Bhishma was fulfilling this desire. So like this, so many reasons are there behind activity. So similarly, one or the other reason could be explained, could not be explained. So here I remember this is one reason which Prabhupada explains for the case of Kunti Maharani. Yes. Yes. I'm sorry, I will just explain further. I was trying to recollect this explanation which Prabhupada is giving. So why exactly Kunti Maharani asked this? So Prabhupada further explains. So these prayers happened at the time when Krishna was leaving the Pandavas and he's going back to his family, Vrishni. And Kunti Maharani is related to Krishna from his family as aunt, and now she is related to Pandavas also. So why Kunti Maharani is doing these prayers? So that Krishna stops. Krishna does not go. But if Krishna doesn't go, they will suffer. Vrishnis from Krishna's separation. They are not having association of Krishna. So Kunti Maharani sometimes thinks that Krishna should be there. They are my family member. She is praying for them. But then this is also family. They will suffer. So now she is bewildered. I should pray for them. I should pray for. So because one party will miss Krishna, and this is giving puzzle to the brain of Kunti. And that is why Kunti Maharani is telling Krishna, please get me rid of this attachment. Sometimes I'm praying for them. Sometimes I'm praying for this side. And this is the intention behind Kunti Maharani's this thing. There's another intention behind Kunti Maharani's prayer. So like this various wonderful reasons Prabhupada explains. Yes, sorry. Yeah. 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 Yes. 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 They may beat also. Yes. 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 So the question is, if I take renunciation, sannyas, then people will accuse me, you have left your family, and if the family suffers, will family suffer if you leave? 200%. Why they will suffer? No, because this world is dukhalayam. Anybody who lives here, they will suffer. You leave, they will suffer. You don't leave, then also they will suffer. So because suffering is destiny. But because we have left, people may think because of us, somebody is suffering. But suffering is in destiny because this world is dukhalayam. Everyone is going to suffer in this world. Now the question is, if we leave, the people may accuse because of you family suffering. And may not be because of you, but you should take care, no? Because they are suffering and they will abuse us, accuse us. So what to do in such situation? So these are favorable things. If people accuse us, abuse us, we'll get detached from this material world. So the praises are poison in this world. We get attached. That is the desire, subtle sex, adoration, distinction, and this entangles a person. So once somebody works very nicely, employee of the quarter, every quarter, poor fellow is stuck now. He has to work hard, slog like he is finished. His career is finished. Quarter after quarter, he has to slog to maintain it. Similarly, once we score nicely, poor fellow finished. Entire life he has to perform. Every time they will ask how much he has scored, how much he cleared the exam, what is the package, what is the job. Poor fellow is gone for life. Entire life he has to maintain status. Yes. So this is called entanglement. So the praises, adorations, they are actually poison. They are entanglement in this world. And abuses, criticism, this is mercy. We get detached from this world. So these are things to we should welcome. Yes. Hare Krishna. Yes.
You mentioned that the Grossest enjoying degradation of material life is that when it's not about of the family for the
Yes.
entire life.
Yes.
And the practical solution you gave is that one has to renounce family and go into one prastha.
Yes.
So, similarly,
No, first is remaining brahmachari always. If that is not possible, those who are householders, then vanprastha, yes. And sannyas if possible.
about puja, love, and pratishtha, subtle sex enjoyment.
Yes.
So, what is the practical solution to come out of this subtle sex?
So the question is puja, la, pratishtha, adoration, distinction, and profiteering. These are subtle sex pleasures. So how to come out of this? So gross or subtle, all kinds of bhidyante, hridaya granthe. The solution is bhagavad sevaya, engaging in service of pure devotee. So if we engage, and how do we engage? In the same spirit as we pursue our material life, then we get everything gets destroyed. Gross, subtle sex, everything goes up.
But when we are engaging in material activities,
Yes.
some way or the other, we are attached to the result. That I am doing this activity because I want.
Yes. Yes.
But if we are pursuing spiritual activity
Yeah.
with the same mindset, then again we'll be attached to the result. And once if we are only attached to the result, then we will have that mentality that we are seeking adoration.
So the question is, in material world, we work very hard because we are attached to results. But in spiritual life, again, if we have to work in that spirit, we'll get attached to results. So this tendency will be there. So that is why in spiritual life, we are not attached to results. Not attached to results in the sense, we are not attached to enjoying the results. Having attachment to your prescribed service is very good, Prabhupada told. Somebody tells you distribute book, you should get attached to that service. Of somebody tells you clean the floor, one should get attached to. Somebody tells you cook, you should get attached to that service completely. And all other things should be forgotten. As Yadur Prabhu mentions very nicely, he was shooting the films for Prabhupada. And he was shooting once a very nice kirtan. Kirtan is extraordinary form of devotional service. Everyone is supposed to participate. And Kirtan was so ecstatic, exuberant. He left his camera, he also went and joined, started jumping. So Prabhupada immediately beckoned him, told him, never put your camera down. So leave Kirtan and get attached to camera. So in this manner, we are not attached to enjoying. He is not shooting for his own enjoyment. Or I'll shoot so that I'll get adoration in this world. No, I'm shooting so that people can make spiritual advancement by watching these videos. So such attachment to service is very much required, very much important. So this is different from attachment to materialist who is having result to enjoy. So when it is told devotee is detached from the result, it does not mean that he does not care for the result. He very much cares for the result, but he is detached from results means he detached from enjoying the results. Otherwise, without results, who can work? Yes, I want more money for Krishna. Pandavas went to Himalayas just looking for money, but for yajna, for the satisfaction of Krishna. So thus we should very much care for the results, but attachment means attachment to enjoying. Yeah. Yes. So again, sometimes when we don't get results, we get discouraged. So no. So that is why we are simply executing the order. Our prime attachment is to our service. We care for the result, but even if we do not get the result, it is okay. Just like the cashier, he cares for the money. Money belongs to Krishna. But if money does not come, it's okay. Krishna's desire. So thus we care for the result, but if results don't come, it is okay. I'm putting my best efforts, best services. So in this way, devotee is not disturbed. Any questions online? Question is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu married twice? Could you please explain? So this question you can please ask in the next class because it requires little elaborate answer. So we will discuss in the next class. Any other thing? Hmm. So the question is if the family members they curse us if I leave the house, then Lord will also curse us because they are part and parcels of Lord. So part and parcels are getting disturbed. So yeah, Lord will not get hurt in this case because just like a small child is there, small child is crying when we send him to school. So parents should not think, oh, Supreme Lord is getting disturbed because my child is getting disturbed. The child is crying out of ignorance. That is good for the child, even though child cries. Injections we put, vaccination to children, they cry like anything. I don't want. So we have to know what is the ultimate welfare of the child, even though immediate child is crying. Similar case is there with the people who cry when family members they renounce. But of course, we are talking of renunciation. This renunciation should not be taken at an immature stage. So that is why one should engage in the service of Krishna very nicely. This renunciation should not be the result of just material frustration, but actual awakening of spiritual knowledge. So when the spiritual knowledge is awakened, one comes to the platform of realization. Serving Krishna is my only duty. On that platform, one should renounce. Otherwise, one should continue in one's family life and try to engage very nicely in the service of Krishna so that eventually uh, I will be able to give up. But yes, if we are self-realized, then that is very good. We must do it. With this, we will end. Granthra Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki.